So in the past week, I've taken a lot of time to interview some of my classmates and some of my peers to answer two of some of the most important questions I think you guys will need for this upcoming year with Miss F. The questions are, what is one piece of advice you would give to somebody going into Miss F's class, you guys, and what's one thing that you guys should know going into her class? I even was able to get her to interview too, so you guys will see that along the way. I added in some bloopers here and there so that you guys could laugh a little bit and you weren't bored out of your mind. So I hope you guys really enjoy.
The advice I'd give a student for next year is to stay on top of your work and do everything and make sure to annotate because Miss Ferrier likes that.
Okay, advice for kids next year is to always take notes and comprehend what we're reading, what story we're reading.
One piece of advice that I would give a student next year is to do your work and try your best on it.
One piece of advice that I think I would give a student being in this class next year is to make sure that you get all of your work done and don't procrastinate because things tend to stack up really fastly and everything is pretty simple, so if you just get it done, you don't have to worry about it.
So advice I'd give you if you're coming into Farrier's class next year is to be prepared to talk.
One piece of advice I would have to give to a student in Miss Ferrier's class next year would probably be just to be respectful and give 110% at everything you do. Never slack because you'll get behind in the class real fast. What?
Bloopers for this video?
Go.
Well, Hannah, one piece of advice I would give to students next year for Miss Ferrier would be definitely do not cuss because she hears everything. And definitely give it 100%.
Be nice to her, and then she'll be nice to you.
Don't know, she's just so nice. Do not start arguments with other kids in class.
First of all, don't talk back. And make sure you talk in her class, like raise your hand and talk because you'll get participation points. If you don't talk and you're not interactive with the class, then you're not going to get participation.
Piece of advice that I would give a student who's going to be in my class next year is to recognize that your words have a lot of power and be aware of how you use language inside and outside of the classroom, and also be prepared to talk a lot because that's what we're going to be doing a lot of most of the year. And bring all of your materials and follow classroom rules. Those would be the ones.
One piece of advice that I would give somebody going into Miss F's classroom next year is that to go in with an open mind. She's a super awesome teacher. Her class and her lessons are super awesome, and her curriculum and the way that she teaches it is honestly really understanding and really easy for anybody to really comprehend.
Participation is a really big thing, so in the morning when we have questions about how's your day or what you're going to be doing for the summer, the week, always participate because that's how you get those participation points in credit.
One thing someone should know is that if you are not able or don't like the grade that you got on, that you will be able to retry it anytime you want.
The advice that you should know coming into Ferrier's class is to actually put a thumbs up when she asks, actually raise your hand when she asks, and to clap on 3. Something that you should know about Ferrier is that she's always someone that you can talk to after class. She's someone that you can sit down and have lunch with and know that she'll be there to talk to you for you to get anything off your chest.
One thing I would recommend is make sure to stay on top of your homework and always come to class with a positive attitude, and it'll make the learning environment more positive and easy to excel.
Well, I believe that a really cool advice for Mrs. Ferrier's class is that she's a really nice teacher, and that if you ever have any missing assignments or just any projects that you're still doing or any tests or you're kind of feeling stressed saying, oh my god, I'm going to be failing this class, I'm not doing good, don't forget that Mrs. Ferrier does unlimited redos. She will give late credit for late work, all that kind of stuff. And don't forget that every day she always starts with a couple questions like how your day's going, what are your summer plans, your vacation plans, your weekend plans, what are you going to be doing for the rest of the week, all that kind of.
I think one thing that someone should know before they come and sit down in my class next year, and really any year, is that I firmly believe that every single one of you has a story and you have the right to share that story and that perspective in the classroom. and that we've got to be able to work as a team together in here to make sure that we can create an environment where we can share those stories and share our voices, and also know that I value a lot of what you have to say, and that I hope you have a great year.
Okay, so the video is now done, but I wanted to come back on here and give a really, really big thank you to Miss F. She has really helped me this year. She's been there in times that I need advice. She's been there in times that I need utensils. She's been there in times of really anything this year. I want to give her a really big thank you for taking a subject that I don't necessarily like and turning it into something that I wanted to come to class for. And although I wasn't there every day and I wasn't necessarily on time, you definitely turned it into a subject that I really, really enjoyed and was able to get a really, really good grade on. So I want to give a big thank you, Miss F, or Miss C, as you may know her now. And yeah, have a good summer.